Hello there YouTube, my name is Katy, you're watching my channel Superconsole, and today we're doing a new series, Import Watch, where I look at Japanese new gaming releases that will likely never reach Western shores. So today on Import Watch we're taking a look at妖怪Sangokushi, a recent released game for Nintendo 3DS, which is a crossover between Koei's franchise Romance of the Three Kingdoms and Level 5's uber popular Yokai Watch series. The game itself has actually been developed by Koei though. For those of you not in the know, Romance of the Three Kingdoms is a long-running turn-based tactical RPG similar to Dynasty Warriors. Yokai Sangokushi utilises this gameplay style, putting over 400 yokai in the shoes of military commanders such as Jibanyan Liu Bei and Komasan Sunsei, who are fighting for unification of Sakura country. Along with story mode, both local and online multiplayer are supported with up to 4 players. In order to blend the two universes, the story follows the yokai Komasan, Jibanyan and Usopian, and Whisper, who one day visit Katy, or Nate in the English version, school. In the library, they find a mysterious book called妖怪Sangokushi, and with lots of warning stickers plastered all over it, but of course the yokai continue to open it and are suddenly transported inside the pages to Sakura country, where they instantly don awesome elaborate armour and become military commanders, because why the hell not? Depending on which yokai you pick at the beginning of the game to play as, Jibanyan, Usopian or Komasan, you get a slightly different version of the story. The gameplay feels quite similar to the Fire Emblem series, so if you're a fan of FE but you love a bit of Jibanyan too, then you're probably gonna love Yokai Sangokushi. During the battle scenes, you move your yokai on a grid with highlighted squares showing where exactly you can move to. By moving next to an enemy, you can strike within the same turn. By moving your yokai strategically and placing them, for example, either side of an enemy, you can also deal out special attacks with much stronger damage. And as it's Yokai Watch, elemental strengths and weaknesses also come into play, making battles a little bit more exciting than just repetitive minigames. For me, Yokai Sangokushi is mostly appealing because of this, because while I love the style and feeling of the Yokai Watch series, I still quite find the gameplay and the actual battles a little bit lackluster. So for something with some awesome turn-based tactical elements like Fire Emblem, which I love, blending that with the universe and characters of Yokai Watch, this sounds right up my street. So how did the game review? Well, in the April edition of Japanese Gaming Mag Famitsu, Yokai Sangokushi received a 9989, which is a fantastic score. It's 35 out of the maximum 40, and it actually scored higher than Pokken Tournament, which was reviewed in the same edition, which is great. So how about the sales? Yokai Sangokushi held the #1 top spot in the Japanese gaming charts for 3 consecutive weeks, beating games like Dark Souls 3, Dragon Quest Joker 3, and even Far Cry Primal to the top spot, with sales of, let me check, 263,637 units in the first week alone, which is good. But when we compare it to previous Yokai Watch launches, not so much, with Yokai Watch 2 selling 1.3 million copies on launch week, and last year's spin-off game Yokai Watch Busters totaling almost 700,000 units during its July launch. Do these sales hint that interest in the series has finally started to wane in Japan? Well, not really. When I was out there recently, it was Yokai Watch everywhere, and there was a lot of Sangokushi stuff still going, especially since the game has been out for just about under a month now. So last but not least, some import guidance. As this game is out on the Nintendo 3DS and the console is region locked, so that does mean that you won't be able to play it sadly if you have a European or American 3DS. You will need to buy a specific Japanese 3DS to play this on. You can get them quite cheap online if you're, especially a 2DS, if you want to get a pre-owned one, ship that over, you can do that, although at the moment it's probably a good time to get a Japanese 2DS if you want to, because you can get the limited edition Pokemon original series 2DSs. I think the cheapest one you can get is either the yellow or the red ones. The green and the blues are quite expensive, but you can get yellow and reds quite cheap, so that's always an option. In terms of the language of the game, it goes without saying that all of it is going to be in Japanese, so if you can't read Japanese, this is of course a slight barrier to gameplay, although saying that, even if you have quite limited understanding, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. It's quite easy to figure out. And actually Yokai Sangokushi, like any Yokai Watch game or Pokemon game, is actually the perfect tool for if you're learning or revising Japanese, because it not only shows the kanji, but it also shows the onyomi and kunyomi readings above it, which makes it infinitely easier to read, and also means that if you don't know the meaning of a kanji, you can just look it up because you can read the hiragana. It's a lifesaver. So if I've intrigued you and you are looking to pick up Yokai Watch Sangokushi online, you can find it for roughly £29.30 on stores like PlayAsia, which I think is in US dollars is about $42.99 for you Americans. So if you're interested, check them out, maybe have a Google. I'm sure there's places other than PlayAsia where you can pick stuff up. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've found this video useful or enjoyable in some way, and I'd really love to hear your thoughts on Import Watch as a series, what games you want me to cover, any that are coming out soon, and generally what you think of Yokai Watch Sangokushi. Would you love it to be localized? Because I sure would. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!